Hi everyone, Simon Keeling here at weatherweb.net on Friday the 6th of June. Thanks again for watching. Quick reminder, the site's all kept free of charge by you coming back and using the site because it means we put more adverts in front of you. That means we generate more revenue. That means that we can keep the site free of charge. So thanks for coming back and visiting us and for telling your friends about it. Now you all no doubt have heard about the risk of some really heavy thundery rain tomorrow. A bit hit and miss as to exactly where it is. I think some places will see heavy rain, others will see barely any rain at all. Surface chart doesn't really give the reasons for the rain. It's associated with this front that you can see here that moves its way northwards during the course of Saturday. However, it's the upper air that really gives the game away as to why these thunderstorms suddenly develop. Here's the 500 millibar chart, so it's a forecast chart, and it shows, look, colder air coming in from the west. So this is at about 18,000 feet, and because we get that colder air coming in at upper levels, and we've got a plume of warm air at lower levels, this is the chart for 850 millibars, about 5,000 feet. You see there that plume, look, that tongue of warmer air that's coming northwards, meeting the cooler air that was coming in from the west across the top. What that does is it destabilises the atmosphere. And that destabilisation is evidenced through the forecast QT diagrams. So these are essentially diagrams of height versus temperature and dew point. Red line is temperature, blue line is dew point. And both of these charts are for Cambridge. The difference is 24 hours of time. So, this is the forecast for Cambridge for this afternoon. This is the forecast for Cambridge for tomorrow afternoon. And you can see it's the grey line that we're interested in that runs up the middle here. Notice how that grey line on Friday's chart is to the left of the red line. But look on Saturday's. Just look at that grey line right to the right of the red temperature line. And that is an unstable atmosphere. This is a stable atmosphere. Now, an unstable atmosphere basically means that you've got a high lapse rate, so you're going from warm to cold, and that enables convection to take place, and that convection is what generates the large cumulus and cumulonimbus clouds that leads to thundery showers. And with cold air coming in up aloft tomorrow, but that warm plume of air at the surface, effectively what's happening is that the profile, the forecast temperature profile that we see here is effectively being leaned backwards. So from going from kind of that position, it gets into that position. Now, it may not seem a lot, but actually that's enough to trigger the instability and to allow the thundery showers to form. And we can track the progress actually of that thundery rain. This is the high resolution Met Office rainfall model. It's the Euro 4 model, which runs at 4 kilometre resolution, and it's from weatheronline.co.uk. So we're going to look in 3 hourly steps. This is the rainfall leading up to 10 o'clock on Saturday morning, and notice here, look, it's quite showery nature of this rain. Look, it's coming through in clumps, one here, another one here, look, another one kind of forming here, another one down here. So it's coming through as showery bursts of rain. That's what this is actually telling us. But showery or not, there's some heavy bursts of rain in there during that 3 hourly period. You can see 10 millimetres, it's been a long day, 10 millimetres falling across Wales, across parts of the Midlands as well. So although I don't think we can say this is exactly where the rain is going to be, what we can say is that these shows these heavy thundery showers tracking their way northwards on Saturday morning. By midday on Saturday, you see that the heaviest of the rain has been falling across Northern Ireland, across Wales, central southern parts of England, East Anglia running up through northern England and into southern parts of Scotland. Some real heavy thundery bursts there as well. And remember what's going on here, that warm plume that we saw across southern areas, so that warmer plume of air, do you remember we saw it, that was building through the south of the country, so it was building through here. Remember, that's pumped its way northwards with the southerly wind, heating up the surface all the time. The upper air has got that. Now, this is going to look quite a messy old chart here by the time we finish, but we've got that upper cold air that was coming in like so, moving in. So we've got the cold here, we've got the warm out towards the east, and the cold air upper levels overriding that warm air, triggering off those thunderstorms. And then through the afternoon on Saturday, that heavy rain tending to get stuck across northern England, parts of the northern Midlands as well. Could be some really heavy rain by then across northern parts of England. Some big hail as well, and some thunderstorms to boot. Just a few showers following into Ireland, some of them quite heavy. Scattered showers following into the southwest. And that rain hanging around into the early part tomorrow evening. This is the position as of 6 o'clock on Saturday evening. And again, look, you see there the heaviest of the rain over western, southern Scotland and northwestern parts of England. For me, I think that the highest threat of seeing significant thunderstorms and large hail tomorrow is within this sort of zone. It's there that we see the highest risk. And really, if I'd got to pinpoint it down even further, I'd be going somewhere in there. So, expect thunderstorms, expect hail, but getting better later on in the day from the south. Now, further ahead, Sunday looks drier, high pressure off towards the east look, and I think what that's going to do is bring dry weather for many. A few showers, though, just coming up these western coasts. Monday, bit of a mess, weak fronts off towards the east, a little bit of light rain out here, a few showers off towards the west, but ridge of high pressure building in, bringing dry weather for many. Tuesday was always highlighted as being the showerier of the days, and I think on Tuesday we will find, or overnight Monday into Tuesday, a band of rain sweeping eastwards. Again, it's another trough at upper levels that comes eastwards, bringing some rain to Scotland, to northern England, to Ireland. Very few showers towards southern areas of the country. It could be dry across southern England and eastern Wales. And then Wednesday sees the risk of some showers in the far southwest. Not entirely convinced by this. I think it may turn dry with high pressure building in. And then hinted at high pressure building in at the end of the week as well. So what's the JMA got to say for itself? Well, this is the latest output from the Japanese Met Office model. And what this is showing is the low heights look out towards the southwest of the UK. That's where our low pressure is. Higher than normal heights out towards the east. This is for week 1. So this takes us forwards to, when is this going forwards up to? This is going up to the 12th of June. And got the higher than normal heights out towards the east. So it's certainly showing us with this sort of flow coming in off that high and that low down towards the southwest. So it's picked up on the trough through the week quite well. But trying to bring in that higher pressure. And by week 2, look what it does. Lo and behold, it has a ridge built across the northeastern parts of Canada, a deep trough by then in the Atlantic, a compensatory ridge then coming across the west of Europe and then going down into a trough again across southern parts of Europe. So lower heights here, lower heights here. But look, trying to pump in warmer air from the south across the UK and trying to build that high. So it matches in with the thoughts of the GFS Ensemble and of the ECMWF and of the ECMWF Ensemble. The JMA now on board with the idea of the back end of next week and the week after going into a higher pressure scenario, perhaps with a few days of dry weather ahead. And we could be looking at 3 to 5 days, perhaps even longer, of drier weather. And the JMA does try to hold on to that as well. It's trying its absolute best to keep hold of those drier conditions. This is the forecast from day 17 through to day 30. So this has taken us through the end of June, and it has a trough in the Atlantic here. It has higher than normal heights out towards the east and lower than normal towards the south. And I think what this is doing is building the picture, the pattern that we've said, where it looked like there would be lower heights down towards the south. Always a risk of a trough there, and perhaps this easterly flow with higher than normal heights off towards the east. Again, an easterly flow through the country. And what would happen is that from time to time, we'll get these thundery bursts of rain that will drift their way northwards off the continent. And generally, it does look as if temperatures around or just above normal. The wettest of conditions always across more central and southern parts of the country, drier towards the north and the east. And that's the story that seems to have developed. And again, we're focusing on this period of right at the very end of the month, perhaps from the 25th, 26th onwards, perhaps becoming a potential drier period. And that's what's indicated by this chart. So it's going to be interesting to see how this develops. There is dry weather on there. It's not a washout by any means. Trying to pin down the detail, again, is pretty tricky in the longer term. But we'll try our best. You know, we'll get there. We always do. And of course, just get ready for those heavier periods of rain through the course of tonight and on Saturday as well. So, going to leave you with that for now, but thanks again for watching weatherweb.net. Whatever you're doing, have a great day and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.